Hello friends, Namaskar. Myself Professor A.B. Panchal, Production Engineering Department, Delhi College, Morbi, welcomes you all in the online session of Unconventional Machining Process. Today we will discuss about the electro discharge machining process. The manufacturing process can be broadly divided into two groups. The first one is primary manufacturing process and second one is secondary manufacturing process. In the case of primary manufacturing process, the basic shape and the size of the material as per the designer's requirement can be achieved. The examples of primary manufacturing process are casting and forming, in which we can change the shape, we can create the shape and size of the component. Whereas in the case of secondary manufacturing process, we can get the final shape and size with very tighter control tolerance and dimensions, and required surface characteristics can be achieved. The material removal process are mainly the secondary manufacturing process which we are talking about. The material removal process are divided into two groups. One is conventional machining process and the non-conventional manufacturing process. In case of conventional machining process, the material removed in form of chips with the help of cutting tools, which is very harder than the work material. And the examples of conventional machining process are turning process, boring process, shaping process, milling process, broaching process, the slotting process and grinding. In case of non-traditional machining process, it is defined as the group of process that removes the excess material by various techniques involving mechanical, thermal, electrical and chemical energy or combination of this energy, but they do not use a sharp cutting tools. Few examples of non-traditional machining processes are abrasive jet machining, electro discharge machining, electrochemical machining, laser beam machining, electron beam machining, etc. Why the unconventional machining is required? Because we have very useful tools, useful machining process, conventional machining process, and they are very we can get the required shape and size in very less cost. So why unconventional machining process is required? So we can say that few applications require some accuracy, dimensional accuracy, greater tolerances are required, and surface finish is also required, which is not possible with the traditional manufacturing process. Obviously, with the help of turning, scraping, milling, grinding, with this machining process, we cannot get the required surface finish. A lot of energy may be utilized in producing chips in traditional machining process, which leads to increase in the money and time to collect, dispose or recycle these chips. As we know that in case of conventional machining process, the material is removed in form of chips. So to produce that chips, it requires very huge amount of energy. The extremely hard and brittle material are very difficult to machine by traditional machining process, because as we know that in case of traditional machining process, the cutting tool must be harder than the workpiece material. So it is very difficult to get it is very difficult to machine very hard and brittle material. A large part of the energy used in the cutting that generate the heat, which has to be removed to reduce the distortion, thermal stresses and tool wear also. When the workpiece is too flexible or slender to support the cutting or grinding forces we have to move towards the unconventional machining process. When the shape of the part is too complex, we cannot employ that particular job on the conventional machining process, because it is the limitation of conventional machining processes. When we requires mass production, unconventional machining is very good option. Machining of the composites, it requires unconventional machining process. Thin and delicate workpiece, particularly of brittle material, it requires very utmost care while machining. So it is advisable to work with the unconventional machining process. very high hardness is required, when the strength of the material is required, the unconventional machining process may be the better option to work with. Let us discuss what are the characteristics of unconventional machining processes. Most of the process does not use the mechanical energy for material removal. They use different form of energy for machining. Few examples are ultrasonic machining, abrasive jet machining and water jet machining use the mechanical energy. Electrochemical machining use the electrochemical dissolution. Laser beam, electro discharge machine, electron beam machine use the thermal energy. The material removal with chip formation or even without the chip formation is possible. Like examples are abrasive jet machining, where chips are produced in microscopic size, whereas in case of electrochemical machining, the electrochemical dissolution generates at very atomic level. In unconventional machining process, physical tool may or may not be present. This is one of the advantage. Physical tool mostly we do not require for machining process. Examples are laser beam machining, where tool is not required. Electrochemical machining, again physical tool is required. In unconventional machining process, tool needs not to be harder than workpiece material. This is the difference between conventional machining and unconventional machining process. In case of conventional machining process, the tool material must be harder than the workpiece material. But in case of unconventional, it is not so, where the tool material need not to be harder than the workpiece material. Examples are EDM process, electro discharge process, where the tool is made from the copper and which is not the which in most of the cases is not harder than the workpiece material. It requires media for energy transfer. Like EDM, it requires dielectric fluid. In case of laser beam machine, coherent photon beam is required to transfer the energy. Now let us again compare the conventional machining and unconventional machining process. So far we have discussed about the characteristics of unconventional machining process. So we must know that what is the difference, so that we can get the advantage, we can understand the advantage to move towards the unconventional machining process. So the first difference is the chip formation. In case of conventional machining, macroscopic size of chip are formed, which means that you can easily feel the chips is being formed, while in case of unconventional process, the microscopic size chip formation takes place, which is very the size is very negligible. In case of conventional machining process, there may be a physical tool present, which means that the tool is required to do the machining process, to remove the material from the workpiece. While in case of the unconventional process, there may not be a physical tool present except the chemical process. The cutting tool must be harder than the workpiece, and that is required in case of conventional machining process, whereas in case of unconventional machining, the tool may not be required except the chemical process. The material removal takes place due to the cutting action, and it falls on in mechanical energy domain in case of conventional machining, and they fall in different energy domain like mechanical, thermal and chemical energy in case of unconventional machining process. The direct contact of tool and workpiece takes place in case of conventional one, and no direct contact of tool and work is experienced in case of unconventional process. As far as concerned with the accuracy and surface finish, it is lower in case of conventional and it is higher in case of unconventional machining process. This is one of the advantage which makes us to move towards the unconventional process: higher accuracy and good surface finish. The tool life is less due to high surface contact and friction and wear in case of conventional one, and the tool life is much more compared to the conventional one in case of unconventional machining process. The waste of material is very high due to wear in case of conventional machining, and the lower waste of material due to low wear in case of unconventional one. the capital cost must be higher because the unconventional machining process required very accurate components, so the capital cost is higher than the conventional, and the setup is also very complex of the equipment in case of conventional machining process. So these are the differences between the old processes, conventional processes. Let us discuss about the type of unconventional machining process. It is classified based on the energy utilized. First one is mechanical material removal process, where material removal takes place by erosion of work material by a high velocity stream of abrasive or fluid, or sometimes abrasive as well as fluid both can be used. Examples of mechanical metal removal processes are abrasive jet machining, ultrasonic machining, water jet machining, and abrasive water jet machining process. In case of abrasive water jet machining process, abrasive as well as the fluid both are used. The second process type of unconventional process are electrochemical metal removal process. The electrochemical energy is used to remove the material by metal dissolution by using the electrolyte, and the examples are electrochemical machining process and electrochemical grinding process. Third type is thermal metal removal process, where thermal energy is used, usually applied for heating the work surface, causing that the portion to be removed by melting and or by vaporization process. Few examples are laser beam machining, electric discharge machining, electric discharge wire cutting process, electron beam machining, plasma arc machining, and ion beam machining. The fourth one is chemical metal removal process, where chemical reagents selectively remove the material from portion of the work part. They are the chemical machining and chemical blanking process. So this is a classification, broad classification of non-conventional manufacturing process. This is very important to know that in which group we are talking about. So basically here according to the energy type, four types are derived. One is mechanical energy, electrochemical energy, then chemical energy, and thermoelectrical energy. Then according to the basic mechanism, how the material is removed. Again, mechanical is classified in two ways. One is shear and second one is erosion. So material is removed due to the shear action, or it may be removed with the erosion of the material. Then according to the shear, again it is classified how the source of energy is there. So the shear takes place due to the cutting tool. So it is classified in cutting tool way. Then energy transfer is physical contact, and that process is classified as mechanical contour grinding. If we talk about the basic mechanism of material removal is erosion, then the source of energy may be the pneumatic or hydraulic pressure. How the energy can be transferred? It is high velocity particle or high velocity liquid. So again the process are classified as ultrasonic machining, abrasive jet machining, whirling jet machining. So this is where the mechanical unconventional manufacturing process are derived. Same way the electrochemical and electrochemical grinding and electrochemical machining, they are the type of electrochemical process. Then the chemical etching, chemical machining, hot chlorine machine, these are the types of unconventional process which derives under the chemical energy type of non-conventional manufacturing process. And electro discharge machining, electron beam machining, laser beam machining, ion beam machining, and plasma arc machining, these are few examples which utilize the thermoelectrical energy of non-traditional machining process. Now we have discussed the advantages to get to move towards the unconventional. Let us talk about the limitation of unconventional processes. The limitations are, they are the more expensive process. Obviously the setup cost is high, that's why and the accuracy is very high, and tolerance control is very good. So to get the close tolerance, the the part cost will be increased. So the overall process is more expensive. The material removal rate is very slow, as we know that very microscopic the material is removed. So the material removal rate is very slow. Abrasive jet machining and electron beam machining are not commercially economical processes. And what are the advantages of unconventional process? It increases the productivity, reduce the number of rejected components, the close tolerance is possible to achieve, the material of the tool need not to be the harder than the workpiece material, the machine surface do not have the residual stresses, and hard material can be machined easily. These are few advantages of unconventional machining processes. Now let us discuss about the EDM process, one of the most important material removal process, unconventional material removal process which we are using. The name is electrode discharge machining. Here the controlled spark removes the material during the process. This is the schematic diagram. Let us discuss about the principle and component used in the electrode discharge machining process. Again, this is the schematic diagram where the workpiece is submerged completely into the dielectric fluid. The tank is there in which the dielectric fluid is filled. The electrode can be moved upward and downward direction with the servo control, and the power supply system is there to control the power. These are the few components. Mainly I can say that EDM chamber is there, then power supply source is there, work holding system must be there, servo mechanism is there, and the dielectric system is required. These are the few few components which required for effective EDM machining process. Let us discuss in detail. The process parameters of the electrode discharge machining are the open circuit voltage VO, the working voltage VW, the maximum current IO, the pulse on time means the duration for which the voltage pulse is applied, that is T on, the pulse of time, that means T off, the gap between the workpiece and the tool which is called as spark gap delta, the polarity of the tool, the dielectric medium, and external flushing through the spark gap. This process parameter must be specified well in advance, and the surface finish and the material removal we get while the machining process depends on this few parameters only. So this parameter plays the vital role to get the effective work done. The controlled metal removal techniques where the electric spark used to cut or used to erode the workpiece. This is the principle of EDM process where material removal takes place due to the spark, and it takes the shape opposite to that of the cutting tool, which means that the shape which we required, exact replica must be there on the cutting tool. Electrode, generally said cutting tool is electrode that must be made from electrically conductive material, because the material removal takes place due to the spark. So that's why your cutting tool must be electrically conductive. The dielectric fluid surround both the tool and workpiece. Here as we seen in the schematic diagram, the workpiece as well as tool must be submerged completely into the dielectric fluid, and the servo mechanism maintains the gap between the workpiece and tool material. There should not be collision between the workpiece and tool. There must be a specific gap between these two. The electrode used in EDM process must possess few characteristics involved. It form to shape of cavity desired. As we know that the complete replica it produced on the workpiece material, so it should have required cavity. Then characteristics of electrode material are, it must be a good conductor of electricity and obviously of heat. It should be easily machined to shape at reasonable cost. The electrode produce efficient material from the work. It should resist the deformation during the erosion process, and it must exhibit low tool wear rates. These are the few characteristics for a good electrode utilized for the electrode discharge machining. The common material for the electrode is graphite, copper, the mixture of copper, graphite, copper, tungsten, brass, and steel. These are very general purpose for the electrode. Then yellow brass used for pulse type circuit, which is having good machinability and electrical conductivity. The copper used in resistance capacitance circuit with higher voltages. The graphite is generally used, most commonly used material as an electrode because it is having tool wear rate very less and high metal removal rate, almost it is double than the other material, and it is relatively inexpensive than other materials. The servo mechanism is required in EDM process. It maintains the constant gap between the electrode or tool and the workpiece. It controls the tool into the workpiece. It sends and correct any shorted condition by rapidly retracting it makes the movement of cutting tool in vertical direction. The feed control applied to the table for horizontal movement is also controlled by the servo mechanism. When the power supply system is also used, it provides the direct current, electrical energy for electrode discharges between the workpiece and the tool. The dielectric fluid change into the gas when sufficient electrical energy is applied. It allows heavy discharge of current to flow through the ionized path and strike on the workpiece. The heat between electrode and the work surface causes the small pool of molten metal to form on the workpiece surface. The current here stops for the microseconds and the molten metal particles solidified and washed away. The electrical discharge occurs at the rate of 20,000 to 30,000 Hz. Here each discharge removes the very little amount of the metal and the voltage remains constant, so amount of metal removed will be proportionate to the amount of the charge between the electrode and the work material. The current maintained but the frequency will increase. It results in small crater and to get the better surface finish. What are the main function of the dielectric fluid? As we know that a workpiece material and tool completely submerge into the dielectric fluid, so there must be some role has to be played by this dielectric fluid. Let us discuss about it. It serves as an insulator between tool and workpiece until the required voltage is reached. Then the vaporize or ionize to initiate the spark between electrode and workpiece. It confines the spark path to narrow channel. It flush away the material particle to prevent the shorting, and it also acts as a coolant for both electrode as well as the workpiece. The different types of dielectrics are used in case of electrode discharge machining process. They must be able to ionize and deionize rapidly and have very low viscosity. That if such material allows this characteristics, it will be a good dielectric fluid. It allows them to be pumped through the narrow machining gap. Most common dielectrics are petroleum products like lubricating oils, transformer oils, silicon based oil, and kerosene. The selection of dielectric fluid is important since it affects the metal removal rate and electrode wear. So there are few points must be remembered into the mind before selection of dielectric fluid. This is the EDM working principle, where you can see that the workpiece material it is attached with the positive polarity, the tool connected with the negative, and then the power is supplied. tool wears takes place, dielectric the dielectric fluid flow across the system, and the molten metal creates on the upper surface of the workpiece where the recast layer is generated. The metal removal rate depends on few factors. Those factors includes the amount of current in each discharge, the frequency of discharge, the material of the electrode utilized, the material of the workpiece, and obviously the dielectric fluid flushing condition. These are few parameters. Obviously there may be other parameter also on which the material removal rate depends. During discharge process, the tool subject to the wear or erosion, it is difficult to hold the close tolerance as tool gradually lose its shape during the machining process. The average wear ratio of the workpiece to electrode is 3:1 for metallic tools, and for the graphite electrode the tool wear ratio is around 10:1. The low material removal, how the surface finish can be produced, what could be the nature of the surface finish. The low material removal rate and the surface finish of 2 to 4 micron can be possible, but if the material removal rate remains higher, the finish up to 1000 micron can be produced. For the roughing cut, the material removal rate will be the faster, where high ampere, low frequency, high capacitance and minimum voltage gap is required, and completely opposite. To get the finished product, the material removal rate must be slow. For that, low ampere, higher frequency, low capacitance and high voltage gap is required. The advantages of EDM process, few advantages are there. It includes any material that is electrically conductive, it can be machined regardless of its hardness on the electro discharge machine. The workpiece can be machined in hardened state, thereby overcoming deformation caused by hardening process. Broken tabs and drills can readily be removed from the workpiece material. It does not create stress on the workpiece material since tool never comes in contact with the workpiece. The process is burr free, thin and fragile section easily machined without deforming them, and the process automatic. Servo mechanism advance the electrode into the work as the metal removal takes place. Intricate shapes impossible to produce by conventional machining process are cut out of the solid with relative ease. The better dies and molds can be produced at very lower cost. A die punch can be used as electrode to reproduce its shape in the machining die plate, complete with necessary clearances. Few limitations are also there in EDM machining process. The metal removal rates is very low. The material to be machined must be electrically conductive. The cavities produced are slightly tapered but can be controlled for most applications to as little as 0.0001 each in every 0.250 each. The rapid electrode wear can become costly in some type of EDM equipment. The electrodes smaller than 0.003 inch in diameter are impractical to use. The work surface is damaged to depth of 0.0002 inch but can be easily removed, and slight case hardening occurs. However, may be the classes as advantage in some of the instances. Thank you.